I want to start off by sharing a study that I read about a few years ago. There were two groups of children, and all the children in both groups were considered to be overweight. One group of children, they let them know that you're overweight, we need to be restricting food, you can't have certain things. They talked a lot about diet and restricted a lot of food from those children. The second group of children, they didn't discuss any types of diets, they didn't restrict things, they just kind of let them be them. And food was really not a topic of conversation for them. They never really addressed in a formal way the children being overweight. They monitored these children until they grew up into be adults. And the group of children that were not restricted, were not told they were overweight, that were not put on diets or had any food restrictions in their life growing up, they actually grew up to have lower BMIs than the other children. So just using that logic and applying it to our own lives, for me personally, I totally see correlations there. When I was in my chronic dieting cycle, I would decide I'm going to start a diet on Monday. And every day up until I was going to start that diet, I ate everything that I knew I wasn't going to be allowed to eat while on the diet. So I would binge, start a diet, and then white knuckle my way through that diet. And the first sign of either not losing weight fast enough or making a bad choice, like eating something that wasn't in line with the diet, I would use it as an excuse to just go off the rails. I'll get back to it in a couple of days. And then I would over consume things that I would normally not eat that much of because I was trying to bank having that food for when I restarted the diet. And so I spent most of my life gaining and losing the same 20 pounds. And so just having that foundation of knowledge really helped me. The other thing that you have to remind yourself of is like your food item that you love, it's not going away. Let's say your favorite thing is candy. Like, it's not candy's last day on planet Earth. You're not gonna not be able to have it tomorrow. You're not gonna not be able to have it in a week from now because you have food freedom. You can have it whenever you want. And so you're no longer living in this almost like fight or flight stance with food. Food is abundant. Food comes and goes. And because of that, food becomes less triggering, thus becoming more neutral in your life. And I also found myself through that process eating a lot less of that food item. My thing was Sour Patch Kids. I love Sour Patch Kids and movie theater popcorn. And when I would get it, I felt like, well, I just need to get it out of the house, so I'm gonna eat all of it. And literally would make myself sick because I would eat so much of it. Because I just wanted to be bad that one time and then be done with it. But literally last week I threw away some because they expired and I ate like 4 out of the package. So when I eat things, I just eat for pure enjoyment, or that's what my body wants. I don't feel like I have to gorge or bank those items because tomorrow they're going to be restricted. No, I could have a couple today, and if I want a couple more tomorrow, then I could do that. And that's where you find the neutrality.